What's good, YouTube? It's MONEYMAY coming at you on our video. In today's video, we're going to be going over how 2024 equals no music, 2024 no music, and it's simply over. It is over, raps. We are cooked. Let's get into it. So, as many of you guys do know, the Carti community was on their last leg as of yesterday, being Thursday night, obviously in anticipation for a hopeful surprise 27th release. 27th, being the last Friday of December, equating to the last Friday of 2024, and there's still no album. Sitting here at 12:16 p.m. on the West Coast on a Friday, no I Am Music. We are cooked, y'all. And as a result of this, the Carti fans have gone mad, right? We covered it in yesterday's video. They were doing this whole Playboi Carti mass on following this whole I am liar type protest. Me personally, I didn't think it would have done anything. I thought, maybe a couple fans are gonna unfollow. It's a little TikTok thing. I don't really think it's gonna be too big, but boy was I wrong, because we were live on stream. Literally, the minute it hit 9 PST, 12 Eastern, you just go to the follower count and it's dropping, and it's dropping, and it's dropping, and the trend starts rising, and you go to the Instagram comments and you're saying, I'm liar, XYZ, liar, this, that, and that, and the follower count just kept dropping, and me and Snippet Mafia were like, bro, this is bad. I didn't think it was gonna do anything. Come to find out, this trend goes number 5 trending and number 8. I believe it peaked at number 3 and number 5. I believe there was 2 trends. It was I Am Liar alongside Carti's name, and one was at number 3 and one was at like number 5. That's insane. And that's in terms of the US as a whole. That wasn't on like my For You. You could have gone on anybody's Twitter account who has nothing to do with Carti, who's not a fan, and you would have went on Twitter, trending tab, number 3, I Am Liar. That's insane. I didn't think it would have became that massive of a trend. I didn't think it was gonna really go that big, but boy was I wrong, because every second we just kept refreshing, and it's dropping. Trends is rising. It was insane to see, the whole fan base come together and simply just do this protest. Now, I didn't partake in it because I don't really think it's gonna do anything, to be quite honest. I don't think we're gonna get a dial-it situation where, oh my god, this whole trend and everything's going in a negative light, and boom, here you guys is the album. I don't think that's really gonna happen, but it was really crazy to just see the whole fan base come together, and the power of TikTok is very, very scary. That opened my eyes as of yesterday. But obviously the whole protest was in result to the album not dropping in 2024, right? How many days do we have till 2024 ends? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 days left until the year's end, and there's not a single clue pointing towards an I Am Music album release, right? And obviously a lot of people were like, well, Carti never said the album is dropping this year. That's false, because in the Billboard magazine, Carti himself quoted right here, "Get ready, my new album I Am Music drops by year end." That's not the only one. This is the second from himself. "I'm pushing my sound further with I Am Music coming before the end of 2024. Expect something fresh, what I call burnt music." So a lot of people were like, well, there was never no album, set in stone for this year. It was kind of more so 2024 this, 2024 that. And obviously without any of these quotes, we all thought that was in anticipation towards the album, but there was quotes set in stone here. But y'all know y'all really can't take Carti's word, so I don't really know how I feel. Obviously it kind of sucks, but Mike Dean and Sheila's Michi kind of gave us an update as to what the hell's going on, because every single dude in Carti's team was getting flooded. I couldn't imagine, people's DMs yesterday. I'm already knowing the requests were probably like skyrocketing up like crazy, but Mike Dean was getting flooded in his comments, and they said, tell Carti to drop. He responded, and this was kind of when everybody was like, okay, there's still probably hope, maybe a surprise release tomorrow. If not, the protest goes on. Then Mike Dean comes out saying Carti will drop when he's finished, no sooner, wait. So what everybody got from this was, is the album not finished? As you know, this whole past year, Carti has not finished the album, and we're just left to wait, which sucks. That's kind of like a left hook to the face. That was kind of like a slap to everybody's face, like, wait longer? This is really insane. And then Sheila's Michi said something right here. It said, I don't understand how y'all want the fans to rush the process. Now if he delivers something half done, y'all not gonna rock with it. He perfecting the sound, gang, finna be a masterpiece. And I think all the Carti fans know that. I don't think anybody's expecting this body of work to be trash. And the whole reason for this protest, this follower drop and all this is because we know what we're gonna expect with the album. It's gonna be generational, it's gonna be a classic, he's gonna deliver, no questions about that. that, I don't think anybody is on edge whether the album's going to be good or not. We know what he's going to deliver and what Carti is capable of, but this 4-year wait has been pretty atrocious. But I kind of understand both sides, right? Obviously, it's been a 4-year wait. 2024 as a whole, it's been tease. Every single month, it was like a new teaser towards an album drop. Obviously, we never really got it, but there is 4 days left in the year. I personally don't think it is dropping, but then again, I do understand where the team is coming from, because, you know, I personally, as a fan, you know, wouldn't want a half-done product. If they're not, you know, completely happy with the body of work that they're gonna deliver to make the fans happy, then I personally don't want it. I don't want anything to be rushed. I don't want them to listen to the fans, because we've seen when artists listen to the fans, it never goes good. Perfect example, Lil Uzi Vert, right? So honestly, if the album isn't really finished, it's not polished, it's not perfected, you already know, especially with the pressure, you know, the expectation that's going on. People are expecting a generational classic body of work that has to even top Whole Lotta Red, but I think they are capable of doing that. So if they're not fully, you know, happy with this body of work, to be honest, I don't want it. I could wait, you know, and realistically, when we're thinking about another wait, we'll dive into it later, but as crazy as that sounds, I could wait until they're fully perfected with this body of work, right? Because that's a fact. If something is delivered half done, it's not gonna be good. You could see right through it, and it's simply just gonna be a crazy letdown, especially with us knowing the wait that's ahead of us once this album does release. You know, we're looking at what, Whole Lotta Red to iMusic, 4 years and going. You know, I'm saying it might be even longer for the next album. So they got to give us something that's gonna last long, something definitely worth the wait, which I definitely think is gonna happen. I don't think anybody's really questioning that, but 4 years is crazy. So I really see both sides, and I seen somebody put out a great comment on my last video. I'm gonna bring it up right here. This dude, that boy Jvon, he said, "Y'all are so ungrateful. We get so much music this year," which is a fact. We've gotten a handful of singles, bunch of features. As Carti fans, we've ate pretty good within 2024. So obviously we want the album, but you know, that whole single and feature run was pretty insane to, you know, witness. And obviously y'all are gonna say, well, this is extreme cope XYZ, but hear me out. He said, "Y'all are so ungrateful. We got so much music this year. I don't think y'all really understand. If Carti dropped when promised and never delayed the albums or song, he would never have been the iconic and popular artist he is now, who has already cemented himself as a go to rap. This is what makes him so cool and different from any other artist. If he were to drop Whole Lotta Red back in 2019 and drop another album in 23 or this year, he would lose the thing that makes him so cool and unique. All the different versions of Whole Lotta Red and The Long Way is what made it so iconic." Similar to iMusic, seeing, you know, the progress from even December 2023 to what we're getting now is night and day, right? And seeing, you know, from when this album was starting to cook, I'd say like springtime 2022, the whole V1, Killers, Wicked, that whole type sound, to where we are in 2024. And even after Whole Lotta Red, when it was, you know, Narcissist, and how everything has evolved, it's crazy to see that process, right? And then he said he would lose the thing that makes him so cool and unique. All the different versions of Whole Lotta Red and The Long Way is what makes it so iconic. I definitely agree with that. If he were to delay his album, he wouldn't be as popular as he is now and wouldn't have the cult following he does. If he would have listened to the fans, he would have never surpassed Uzi. Everything Carti has done has been perfect for the most part, and it's pretty smart, because he just keeps raising his GOAT status higher and higher every year. If y'all just trust the process, everything will make sense in the end. Even Carti said it himself. Art takes time, right? And we know they're gonna deliver, no question about that. Obviously 4 years has been pretty crazy, but I think that's really kind of part of the lore as Carti as a whole, right? The wait, obviously we've seen the wait from December to, you know, December 2024. He's probably quadrupled his fans. We've seen the numbers only rise without dropping any music. It's pretty insane to see. It honestly needs to be studied. Y'all are probably gonna say this is insane cope, but if you really take a step back, it is pretty dope to see, and that's what makes him dope in my opinion, right? So I understand where Meechie's coming from. I understand where Mike Dean's coming from. Obviously, I understand where the fans are coming from. And then Mike Dean put on his story 7 hours ago saying, "Y'all can't tell a troll." I don't really believe if Mike Dean was trolling for the most part. I feel like if Mike Dean said it, then an hour later Meechie said it, I'm pretty sure that might be the truth. Who knows if the album is done or not? Obviously, we don't know. And ultimately, what did this result in? 2024, no new music. And when could we actually, you know, see? This is my theory. This is what I'm putting out in stone. This is what me and the chat kind of cooked up yesterday on stream, right? Obviously, it's not going to release in 2024. Get it out the window. Don't stay up on the 31st. Go to sleep. Don't stay up tonight. I will be streaming, but I don't really expect anything, right? So when can we see this album drop, right? Obviously, we thought it was gonna drop December, then we thought it was gonna drop January, then we thought it was gonna drop September, and now we're here on the last Friday. We obviously thought it was gonna drop. When can we see it again? Let me throw out another delusional theory, right? So if y'all remember the merch bundles that did release back in September, it said ships no later than 6 months from September 13th, and obviously everybody lost their mind. I think Dabble threw his setup across the room when he seen this, right? What is 6 months later from September 13th? October, November, December, January, February, March, right? So I'm guessing March is the latest that these bundles are going to be shipped, right? And if Carti wants to capitalize on all these bundles sold, I believe there was like 10K units sold the first day. I don't know how much, units has been sold since September, since all the bundles have gone live. I'm gonna guess somewhere around like 20 to 25K. That equals to 25K album sales. So if you want all those sales to count towards the album, you gotta ship it no later than 6 months from September 13th, being by March 13th, 2024. I would guess, unless they could change the, the date, they probably can, but that's gonna be insane. 6 months waiting for like this hat and all the other merch. I don't think it's worth it, because I don't think anybody's gotten this. I do believe people have received the hats, but I don't think they've gotten this merch or the first one with like the black shirts XYZ, right? So we thought, okay, what is March 13th, 2025, right? 2025, March 13th. Well, that's actually the weekend that Rolling Loud LA lands on, the 14th through the 16th. And obviously we do know that the Rolling Loud CEO teased that dude will be at Rolling Loud LA. They put out this on a TikTok. They said, Cali lineup coming soon. PS, don't worry, blank blank will be there. Obviously, the only person they're gonna try to hype up and make a big deal is Carti. I don't think they're gonna do this for Travis Scott. Obviously, it's not Future. They're not doing that for A$AP Rocky. I don't think it's Ye. I don't think it's anybody else but Playboi Carti, right? So if we kind of put two and two together, latest release date September 13th leads to March 13th. That's the weekend of Rolling Loud LA. He just confirmed that Carti will be there. Could that be, that's kind of like the last possible worst case scenario. We're looking towards a March release. Obviously, already throughout January, because if you look at the release schedule for January, it's probably going to be the most stacked month of 2025. You got The Weeknd dropping on the 25th, Lil Baby dropping on the 3rd, Bad Bunny dropping on the 5th, and allegedly Beyonce is dropping on like the 14th or 15th. So start of the month, Baby, biggest in the streets. Bad Bunny, biggest artist in the world, specifically Latin community. Weeknd, end of the month, biggest artist in the world. And then Beyonce is teasing something. We know how big Beyonce is. So worst case scenario, I'm guessing probably like March 14th, earliest maybe February, somewhere around there. But that is everything we do know that went down yesterday in terms of the disaster of 2024 as a whole. 2024 as a whole. Do not forget the disaster of 2024, specifically 12/27/2024, right? Let me know what you guys think. This was insane. I didn't think this would have really gone down this big. I didn't think it would have gone trending. No way. In my last video, I was like, there's no way in hell this is going trending. But was I wrong? This is insane. But if you guys like the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this whole situation, 2024 as a whole. 12/27, the trending. When is the album gonna drop? Is it done? Who knows what's going on? If you guys like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's MONEYMAY, or is it? And I'm out. Thank you guys.